threat to us. If it were threatening to us, yes, that is, if it's predicted impact or one of our friends or allies, yes, we would shoot it down.
In a statement, North Korea also said, quote, the U.S. is wholly to blame for the development of its missile program, but signaled a willingness to open up a line of communication with President-elect Donald Trump. So, for more on this, I want to bring in Ambassador Joseph Detrani, president of the Daniel Morgan Graduate School and former special envoy to North Korea, and served as director of the National Counterproliferation Center. Mr. Ambassador, welcome.
Thank you, Brooke.
Okay, so Pyongyang appears to be offering Trump an avenue for future talks. I know I've heard you say it is time to sit down with the North Koreans. What do you think a sit down between Mr. Trump and Kim Jong-un would look like?
You know, I would hope that there would be preliminary discussions before the president sat down with Kim Jong-un. So to determine if the North Koreans are serious about ultimately dismantling their nuclear weapons program. That's the key. That's the core issue. And indeed, if they are serious, and they said they were in 1994, and certainly in September 2005 with the joint statement where they said they were prepared to dismantle their nuclear weapons program in exchange for security assurances, economic aid development, and the provision of light water reactors. Indeed, if we go back to September 2005, and they are committed to doing that, I think sitting down with the North Koreans makes eminent sense.
If they are committed to doing that, but we know last year, Ambassador Detrani, that North Korea exploded its most powerful nuclear warhead ever. Just to put it in perspective, you know, from what I understand, this is the equivalent of, say, 10,000 tons of TNT detonated deep underground. I mean, how far, with your knowledge, how far do you think North Korea is from developing a nuclear weapon that could actually reach the U.S.?
You know, Brooke, I think North Korea has come a significant distance. In the last 8 years, we've looked at 4 nuclear tests. We've looked at over 50 ballistic missile launches. They're working on miniaturizing their nuclear weapons. And I believe, and I think a number of others do, that they are able to miniaturize the nuclear weapons we assess they have.
So to make it all the way over here?
Well, it's a question of mating those, if you will, those miniaturized nuclear weapons to missile delivery systems. And that's the significance of an ICBM launch. Because if an ICBM launch is successful, it shows it could reach the continental United States. It therefore becomes an existential nuclear threat to the United States. Very significant.
How do you think, let's say in just a matter of days, it'll be President Trump. How do you think President Trump will handle, if North Korea were to test a ballistic missile?
Well, hopefully North Korea does not test a ballistic missile. Hopefully North Korea gets the message that they should look at coming back to negotiations so that they do not launch that missile. But certainly any missile coming towards the United States, an ally or a partner like that, is a threat. And I think Secretary Carter made it very clear that the United States would ensure that never happens.
Yeah. Ambassador Joseph Detrani, thank you so much. Appreciate it.